A1, this video's for you, buddy. You're gonna laugh. I'm kind of getting into woodworking. My garage is a mess, so I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna organize it and build a proper workbench. All right, so here we go. So my table saw just died. So I picked up this shop saw. It's actually a pretty beast shop saw. So it's got like I think they call it like a uni-rail here. So this table actually comes out like here. It's pretty big. This is the table that attaches to the side there. I'm just refinishing it because it's a little bit old, but it's like really good quality. So I like sprayed the legs and everything like that. So I'm just cleaning it up. I might even spray the body just for shits and gigs. It'll take 2 seconds. But I even cleaned up the surface. Look at this. I used a Dremel that I had from Hoist, like the Dremel, and I had all these metal burrs things, whatever, the metal brushes. So like I literally went inside here, cleaned everything, and then I hit it with sandpaper, like a couple different grits of sandpaper, finished it off at like, you know, whatever. So it's nice and smooth. I even like went as far as grinding this all down, cleaned up, spray painted, even did the handle just because I was doing it all. I'm gonna replace this tape so it'll look brand new. It's coming today. So yeah, so I got the badass saw on wheels. Got this table here. I'm gonna probably close this table down. The saw will probably go over here, and it's on wheels so I can move it around. Rex, get back here. Fucking dog. And then I'll probably, I'm gonna break this down too. I'm gonna build a workbench with adjustable feet. I'm gonna have the chop saw rotate like up and down. Like, so I've seen it on TikTok. Like what they do is they build the chop saw so the base is level with the table, which I'm sure you know all this, but the base is level with the table, but it actually has pivots on the side, like pins. So when you don't want to use your chop saw, you flip the table and it comes around and it goes under the table, out of sight, out of mind, and you got your full workspace. So I want to do that. I picked up all this hardwood skids from this place, this HVAC place. They were bringing thousands of pounds of sheet metal in. So they had like, it wasn't cheap wood, it was like real heavy duty hardwood. I think it's ash. I'm not entirely certain, but like you can see nail holes and stuff. So just to give you an example, I hit this with my planer just to kind of take a look at the wood. You can see it's really nice, like wood, like, you know, I got to square it up. So I got my hand planing station here. So I would just hit my head. Hand planing station here. So I plane my boards. I just picked this up, used from the same guy, picked up the saw. So I haven't even got to dealing with this yet, cleaning it up. I'm still dealing with the saw. So I'll have hand planer, table saw, chop saw, drill press, and a bench top planer. So yes, what I was doing, I disassembled the skids, took out these spikes of nails, and then I came over, and then well, you can see all the ends. So I squared up all the boards. So I created a jig, and I squared up all the edges. So I created this jig down here, run against the table saw. See, I strap the board in, and I run the straight edge of that against the table saw fence, and it rips a straight edge into the board. So I created a system. So essentially, I removed all the nails first, and then I ran all the boards through, created straight edges for every board, you see? So every board had a straight edge. And then the surface was ugly. So after the boards had a straight edge, I would chuck it on there. I would hand plane it. This is before I had the benchtop planer, by the way. So, so I would hand plane it, and I'd create dimensional lumber. So literally all these boards you see here is me creating dimensional lumber. So like, for example, I'll grab this one. You know, I turn that shitty piece of wood into something buildable, see? Chop it all up, and I made it all so it's the same size. Well, I'm gonna have to refix it because the last saw wasn't very good, but I'll probably run them through the table saw, just take off just a little bit so I can make sure they're all the same size. And then I want to plane them, and I'll put like, you know, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and like 3/4 inch boards in different piles. So I have different thicknesses, because unfortunately they are different thicknesses because it's reclaimed wood. Anyway, I want to create like a real shop. So I've been creating some jigs and things like that. I set this up here, nothing crazy, but just a little something. And like I said, this has got to go back down here. I'm going to probably connect it this morning. Got some wood. I did some live edge stuff already. So yeah, I'm thinking of building a solid workbench there. I'm actually thinking of this other idea too. You see how I have the frame of the garage? Cause I want to get all this lumber off the ground. I don't want to keep all this stuff on the ground. Where the fuck is Rex? Rex! Get over here. Get in there. Bad boy. He's the worst. He always runs out when I'm in the garage. When I'm here, he always goes through there and just runs out. Anyway, so we got this frame here, right? It's, you know, it's not attached to the garage. I'm thinking of putting those carriage bolts that we got from Hoist through here and creating a suspension. So it's still higher than my head, higher than the car. Something like, I did the math, I think I could do like 17 inches. But then when you factor it all, like the wood and everything in, I think you'll probably get 13 inches of clearance. So the garage door would actually open through a rafter. You won't actually see the garage door because you'd be looking up, you know, head height would be a board and I have to run it right across here. I'm thinking of doing that. I don't know what your thoughts are. Get back there. See, get back, you little bugger. And then I'd run it like right across. So I'd have literally like a rafter just below the garage door. And I was thinking I'd like store wood up there because I don't want to have all this wood. I want to be able to park at least one car in here, right? And right now this is going to be disassembled, so it's going to be cleaned up a lot. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to clean it up a lot, but you know, I figured, you know, right across there would give me tons of space because even 13 inches, all of this wood would condense down to 2 piles. And I'd be able to store a lot of that. I got to square it all up. So anyways, yeah, so look at this thing, it's beastly, eh? And got a sled here and yeah, let's put it together. What do you think?